So today I thought we would do something a little bit cool, weird, strange, but interesting. And mixing it up a little bit with some food colouring and some shaving foam. I've no idea how this is going to turn out, just as always. But either way, it's going to be really funky. Right, so we have our resin pretty well mixed now, and it's a fairly good size of resin in there, good pot, so we can try and make something really cool out of that. Hopefully, if this works, it might not even work. So, right, what we're going to do now is the weirdest thing, and again, this just may not work at all. Oh, but we're going to find out. So we've got all these little food colourings here, lots of different colours, and we've got our shaving foam. Just be careful when using the Nivea from Men shaving foam. It sprays out everywhere. So we're just going to spray this inside the resin. Right. Oh dear me, Nick, what are you doing? So, okay. So there we go, there's the resin in there. I don't know what colour, let's go for...
let's try a bit of, I don't know, red, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe green? Or blue? No, I don't know, we always use blue, don't we? Let's try a bit of orange.
So the idea is we're going to drop the food colouring in there like that. I'll zoom you in. I've never done this before, by the way, and I'm kind of hoping, let's put a bit of let's put orange and green in there as well. So let's put a bit of blue over here. So the idea is that this will seep in slowly, I mean like really slowly, whilst it's setting in the pressure pot. That is the idea. So we put a bit of colour in there like that. I might put a few more colours in actually. Maybe I'll put a few more in. Right, so that's what it looks like now. So we've got orange, green, blue, purple, black in there. Now I've gone down a little bit deeper just so that it gives it a bit of, you know, hope of getting through the thickness of shaving foam I put in there. But you can see that the shaving foam, it kind of like sits on top of the resin quite nicely. Those bubbles in there will go, and ideally what I want is kind of an effect where, you know, the food colouring will just sort of dwindle in and create like a bit of a cool feature. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We're going to give it a go, put this in the pressure pot, leave it overnight and come back to it. It may well still look exactly the same as this. If it does, then what we're going to have to do is just do it again, but put a very smaller layer of shaving foam in. That will be the plan. Let's do it. Ah, it's starting to come down now. Look, 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 look. It's already seeping its way through. Maybe I should have left it quite thick, because if that's coming through now, which is fine, but I kind of wanted it to sort of maybe come down a bit later on, so maybe it is going to be alright. Right, let's get this in the pot quick. So I thought whilst that one is cooking in the tub, we would knock up another one with a smaller pot and less foam. Right, there we go. That's another one done. And that's a lot less foam in there. So, and I've sprinkled a load of different colours in there with the hope that they will create something cool underneath. So let's get this in the pot and, well, we'll see you in the morning. Nivea for men. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Oh. Okay. Not what I was kind of expecting. Oh, it feels it's all a bit wet in there. Has it sealed up? Well, it may have done. Well, it smells nice. Well, it has set. I didn't think it had set, but it has set. But I'm wondering whether or not it's set too dark. Okay, let's try and get this out. Okay, there's a bit in there of the sort of effect that I wanted, but it hasn't, it's gone past and gone to the bottom, so it hasn't stayed with inside the resin. But there is a bit in there, which will kind of like we'll end up with some of that, but we wouldn't end up with all of it, I don't think. You see some of the orange in there as well. Blue looks really cool, actually. The blue has come through really nice in there. That's kind of what I wanted. We may be able to do something with it. I'm going to get it on the lathe and see what we can do. And if we can kind of just capture that bit in there, that's what we want. Is that real cool feature. But we've got another one. So let's see how that one's turned out. Oh my God, I think I needed gloves. Right, let's see what the other one looks like. Got my gloves on now. Oh. Can't tell. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can get it out. Oh, this one might. Yes, this one might be better. I think we may have captured something in there now with that. There, look. That is kind of what we wanted to achieve. Is that kind of fiery, kind of misty colours kind of dropping down, and then we can try and encapsulate that into maybe a sphere or something, into a really nice piece of kind of artwork or something. That is pretty cool. Ha ha! Happy days. I like that. I like that. And this one is pretty cool. But I just wish it would have gone down a bit further. But we may still be able to do something with that. I think that might still work in the sense of, we'll have a look. We'll get it on the lathe and see what we can make with it. There's a good chance I might be able to do something with that actually. But that is pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to get this one on the lathe first and see if we can turn this around. It's going to be fairly small, I think. I don't know, we might have to not do it into a sphere. We might have to maybe try and make up the shape as we go along because it's quite small, but we'll see. I love it. Oh look, I made a little bird's nest. A goose!
Alan! Al! Alan!
Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Now, I know what you're thinking. We've taken off quite a bit of material, and yes, we have. And I was going for like a sphere, but it's way too small for that. And if I carry on trying to shape it into sort of a sphere and like that, I mean, it's going to be like, you know, tiny. That's not even going to be worth doing. So I've sort of kind of like adapted the shape slightly to sort of maybe finish it somewhere like this. But I'm intrigued to see what kind of pattern we've got inside here, which is going to be quite cool. So we'll reveal that once we start kind of like, you know, sanding this back and shining it up. So we've got the other one, obviously, over there. Maybe we could try and make that one into a sphere, but again, because of the bits on the top, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's carry on sanding this back and see what we get. I'm hoping it's going to have some funkiness to it. I'm thinking I'm not going to put this on the lathe. I'm going to try and chop this up a different way. No, I'm not making some weird looking owl. Although it does look like it. Wouldn't it be nice to see a little bit of red in this? Okay. Not bad for an experiment. I mean, I don't like to blow my own trumpet or anything. But come on, guys. And she changes colour in the dark. I didn't even think I put any red in this. Ooh, my hair's getting a bit funky. If I'm not careful, I'm going to look like Jedward. So there's this one, guys. This has kind of turned out pretty well. I probably would have maybe hoped for a bit more kind of going on in it, but I actually think, after all, I was a little bit kind of sceptical as to how it was going to be. Actually turned out quite well, and look at that resin just pop! I mean, it does look pretty cool, I must admit, and when the light shines through it with those little LEDs that I got those off of Amazon. I'll leave a link below for those little LEDs. They're only tiny, perfect for this type of job. Type of job? Type of job. And the kind of like the experiment with the shaving foam kind of worked pretty well, and the idea, as I say, was it was going to seep in slowly, and sort of as it comes down it creates this. And the same with this one, and that kind of turned out pretty well as well. It's difficult to see inside there until you got the light shining in it, and when the light hits it, it just pops out. Really, really cool. I absolutely love this. What is wrong with my speech at the moment? It's not bad actually. I absolutely love this. So, there we go. Bit of an experiment. As I say, looks a bit like an owl going on in there. Ooh, cuckoo, cuckoo. That is not an owl noise. But they sit in there really nicely. I kind of like, you know, hollowed that out with the thingy bob. The router. And it really is quite nice when it hits that light. It really shines through and gives a really cool effect. You can't really tell actually there. Better when the light's off and stuff. But even so, you know, like that, it still looks pretty cool. And then you've got this one that sits in there quite nicely. I think I had that sort of about there, did I? Or there? I can't remember now. Where's it? There we go. So it sits there quite well. But I mean, you didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that there wasn't any red in this. And you got the blue in there and the orange, and then when the lights turned off, boom! The red just pops out. That was lucky. Look at that. I mean, come on. That is a bit naughty, but nice. I do really love this. Woo. Oh my god. Yeah, you kind of, it doesn't fit in there like that, like tight. It's designed to kind of sit down, and it will sit there and stay there. But if you're wobbling it around with your hands, it's gonna fall over. Right, I'm gonna put it down before I drop it, and then I ruin the whole thing. Well, there it is. A little experiment, shaving foam, and food dye. Happy days! Oh, I think that was yesterday's tea. Yep, it was. Well, you probably gathered that this video hasn't come out on Friday because I kind of been a little bit rushed around. I've been sort of in between projects. I've got a couple of other ones on the go and quite a large one. You may have seen a few snippets on Instagram. If you don't follow me on there, please head on over. Check me out on Instagram, links below. I always post in a few clips and teaser pictures and videos and things of things going on in the shop. So go and check me out. I'm on Insta. Oh, by the way, actually, I'm on TikTok as well. TikTok? What have you done? I know, it's a little bit weird. A few fellow makers are on there and kind of introduced me to it, so I thought I'll give it a bash. So if you're on TikTok, go check me out. Link below. I've only got about 30 followers on there. I thought maybe I'd have a few more, but I haven't. A little bit sad. But maybe now you could change that. There's tons of links below, guys, so if you want to follow me on all sorts of different platforms, Facebook, Twitter, they're all in the link below. And also, quite importantly, lots of links in there where I get my resin from and my music and things like that. And if you use the links below, well, that just helps the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny extra. Just say Zammeti sent you. Do you remember this one? Poor old Steve is still here.
Oh, that's not Alan. Steve, no, Steve!
That didn't work out to plan. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this one and it gave you a little bit of inspiration. Well, if you could share this video, guys, that would be a massive help to me in the channel. I'm still fighting to get to the 500,000 mark and I'm determined. Hit me up with a like and a comment below. I always read the comments, so please keep sending them in. Oh, and don't forget to check out the Makers Central Members Hub. It's below. Tons of content in there for you guys, and if you fancy becoming a Makers Central member, there's tons more benefits for you. Plus, you'll be first to know when we put on the next Makers Central show, which I reckon is coming soon. Well, thanks for joining me, folks. I hope you all have a fantastic, funky, fab weekend, and I'll see you all really soon. Ta-ta!